morning, everybody, and welcome to Burke Burnett High School. It's the second of three preliminary round games of the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic. This morning, the Highland Park Scots, 1-0 in tournament play, will take on the 0-1 Wichita Falls Coyotes. The Scots earning their first tournament win last night in a 52-32 victory over Plainview, while Wichita Falls led virtually the entire game of their opening round contest against Canyon Randall before losing on a half-court buzzer beater, 65-64. After Burke Burnett's win in the game before this one over Randall, 60-57, it means the Scots and White House are now the only two of the 6 teams in the tournament that haven't lost a game. So with a victory here against Wichita Falls, the Scots would go a long way to putting themselves in prime position to earn one of those championship berths tomorrow afternoon. The Scots will have their normal starting 5 out to get things going, coached by David Peeler in his 7th season, a record of 162 wins and 45 losses. The wings are number 2, Chase Fletcher, a 6'7 senior, and number 20, Will Miller, a 6'5 senior. The guards are number 3, Matt Fraschilla, the 5'10 senior, Harvard-bound. Matt Fraschilla runs the point, and number 10, the 6'3 junior, Matthew Kreitz. The post is number 52, Clayton Murtha, a 6'5 junior. Coach Brandon Smith is in his first season at the helm of the Wichita Falls Coyote basketball program. Their starters are number 10, Brandon Brown, a 5'10 senior, number 13, Lucas McLean, a senior, 6'2", number 15, Demetrius Mozique III, a 6-foot junior, number 20, Michael Williams, a 6-foot junior, and number 30, Garen Nash, a 6'5 sophomore. The Scots, the road team in this one, in their road blues, will move from left to right as Chase Fletcher, the 6'7 senior, getting set to tip it off against Garen Nash, who had 16 points and 12 rebounds in Wichita Falls' 1-point loss to Randall yesterday. The ball's tipped up and we're underway, and the Coyotes in their home whites with red numerals will get things going attacking the basket to the left. Brian Sutcliffe here, glad you've joined us. The Scots will also play this afternoon against Canyon Randall, and then depending on the results of all the games in the tournament, as Demetrius Mozique III hits from outside. And early on, it's 3-0. But quickly, Chase Fletcher responds. The Scots are within 1 at 3-2. Fletcher averaging 14.3 points per game coming into the tournament and 7.4 rebounds. He had 11 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists in the win against Plainview yesterday. Was getting a pretty good look was Brandon Brown. Wichita Falls is 2 for their first 2 trips down the floor. Chase Fletcher was fouled hard off the nice pass from Matthew Kreitz. And he'll go to the line, where he struggled a bit yesterday. He was 3 for 10 from the free throw line. The Scots started slowly, but ended up shooting 50% of the game at 8 for 16. That's been an area of improvement for the Scots all season long. They came into the game yesterday shooting 60%, or excuse me, about 60% from the free throw line. Chase misses the first. Five to 2. Wichita Falls with the early lead. The Scots bounced back nicely last night after their 15-point loss to McKinney on Tuesday. And Chase goes 0 for 2. The Scots' deficit is 3. We're just about a minute in. Drive to the baseline. They'll kick it out to Mozique III. He'll try from the same spot he hit a minute ago, and it's the same result as the 3-point ball against Flower Mound last Friday and McKinney on Tuesday. HP in those 2 games gave up 21 3-pointers. The Scots have their largest deficit of the tournament at 8 to 2. They jumped out to an 11-0 lead against Plainview last night and never looked back. Leading by as many as 30 in the game. We're a minute and a half in. Nice pass from Fletcher to Kreitz. Kreitz left it short. Rebound, Garen Nash. But the Scots, with the steal, will come the other way, trailing by 6. Here's Fraschilla on his way to Harvard. Finds his junior big man, Murtha. Does a nice job to create the contact. Fraschilla got the ball to Murtha in great space. The foul is against Garen Nash. It's his second. It's the second team foul. So the Scots would love to get Nash in foul trouble after he had 16 points and 12 rebounds. Just a sophomore. And it's Clayton Murtha, the junior, will stride to the line to shoot 2. Hits the first. Averaging about 62% from the free throw line this year is the 6'5 junior, Clayton Murtha, who was a varsity player a season ago. Great contributions all the way through for the Scotties. Pots them both. Murtha with his first two. The Scots are 2 for 4 from the line. Some contact out on the perimeter, no foul. It's Michael Williams battling with Fraschilla. Now it's Lucas McLean. McLean will take it left to the lane. Teases on the rim and falls off. Will Miller fights for the rebound, but it's last touched by Wichita Falls. Wichita Falls on the season 4-5. They've lost their last 2 games in heart-wrenching fashion, losing by 1 point in overtime against Keller Central on Tuesday, and then losing on that half-court buzzer beater against Canyon Randall yesterday. Free throws have been a problem as Fraschilla finds Fletcher down low. Give Matt Fraschilla the assist. The 2 points to Fletcher. He's got 4 in the game. Scots trail it by 2. Pass inside to Tariq Shivers. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow points to the Scots. HP scoring 54 points per game while yielding 49 per contest. The 32 points they allowed to Plainview, tied for the fewest they've allowed in a game this year. Fraschilla to the elbow. Beautiful look to Kreitz. Tic-tac-toe. Scots have tied it at 8. Good assist by Fletcher. Ball's on the ground. It's pulled out by Shivers. Shivers in some trouble. Goes to the baseline for McLean. McLean will bounce it over to the block. Fraschilla might have got a hand on it. Murtha goes to the floor. Battling with Brandon Brown. Be a jump ball. Possession arrow for Wichita Falls. 4:56 left. Opening quarter. Scots and Coyotes tied at 8. Brandon Brown gets a breather. He's replaced by number 32, the 5'7" sophomore, Michael Penn. So some young guys on this squad. You got Mosique III as a junior. Michael Williams is a junior. Nash, who left with 2 early fouls, is a sophomore, as is Penn, who just entered the game. So Coach Brandon Smith trying to get something built here. Trying to bounce back from that tough loss last night against Randall. As Wichita Falls led the game for 31 minutes and 38 seconds out of 32. And the triple was hit by Demetrius Mosique. That's his 3rd three-pointer of the first quarter. He's got 9 points. The lead is 3 for Wichita Falls, 11-8. It's Fletcher, this time to Murtha. A little too strong, tries to get his own rebound. There's a foul on the floor. It'll go against Highland Park and Clayton Murtha. First foul against the Scotties. McLean taking a serious shot down there as he gives away several inches and several pounds to Clayton Murtha, but he's back up quickly. Tariq Shivers couldn't step through a pair of Scots defenders, and Shivers the last to touch it. So the Scots will have the ball trailing by 3, 11-8. Wichita Falls from District 5 4A. The Scots attempted only 4 three-pointers in the game against Plainview. They didn't hit one, probably necessitated by the significant height advantage as Kreitz throws in the little floater as he swoops into the lane. Kreitz with 4 first-quarter points, averaging 7 points per game coming into the tournament as Mosique III missed it. Tough rebound by Shivers. He'll take it up. Can't hit it. Rebound, Chase Fletcher. He had 6 in the game against Plainview last night, and the Scots have a chance at their first lead. To the baseline for Kreitz. Tried to scoop it underneath to Murtha. Lost the handle. Gets it back himself. Kreitz moves right off a Murtha screen, and there's some body contact. Tariq Shivers, guilty party. His first, the team's 3rd. 3:24 left in the first. Scots trail at 11-10. They led Plainview 11-0 in the first quarter. Really ran away from that game early on, and the Plainview Bulldogs never able to challenge the Scotties. Miller straight on 3. Hits the first 3-pointer of the tournament from Matt Fraschilla. Miller has his first 3. The Scots lead it by 2, 13-11, and now we're tied. That was a nice move by Michael Penn for his first 2 points of the game. Even at 13, just under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Kreitz, tough baseline drive, left it short. Clayton Murtha, the rebound and putback. Murtha with 4 points. Had 6 rebounds in the game yesterday, his most since the 6 he pulled down against TCA Addison in the final of the Scott Classic about 5 or 6 games ago. Scotty's by 2, good jump stop. Michael Williams with his first bucket. We're even again at 15. Here's Chase, tough drive, taking it in with a left hand and one. Chase Fletcher putting his head down, using all 6'7" of that frame. Swooping to the hoop. The foul is the second against Tariq Shivers, and there's a timeout on the floor with 2:17 left in the first quarter. Highland Park leads the Coyotes of Wichita Falls 17-15. HP Basketball's annual Hoops and Hot Sauce Dinner and Auction is coming up. It'll be here before you know it, Friday, February 1st. For more information on tickets, underwriting, and auction donations, email hoopsandhotsauce@gmail.com. 17-15, Highland Park over Wichita Falls. My name's Brian Sutcliffe. Got a great crew here from HP that have made the trip up. Nobody crying here about missing school on a Friday. Of course, the kids here at Burke Burnett can't say the same, as you probably heard the 4th period bell go off a few minutes ago. Scots have yet to make a substitution. Same starting 5 out on the floor. HP 8-3 coming into this game. Chase Fletcher's 0 for 2 in this game at the free throw line. He'll try to hit his first of the day. Got it. Fletcher with 7 first quarter points. He scored 9 in the second quarter yesterday against Plainview. Scotty's now 3 for 5 in the game at the free throw line. They had their biggest lead at 3. Little double team off the corner. And there's a steal. Chase Fletcher's got Will Miller with him, but Chase will take it all by himself and throw it down with the right hand. Will Miller, pretty much known as the dunker on this team. Chase says, I can do it as well, my friend. He's got 9 points in the first. The Scots have opened up a 5-point lead with 1:45 left in the first quarter. Murtha going down for the ball and rips it away from Lucas McLean. Up ahead. This time it's Miller with 2 hands from Matt Fraschilla. What a surge here by the Scotties. They lead by 7, 22-15. More double team pressure. Lob it over to the corner. McLean try to kick it over to Deshaun Young, the 5'11 senior. Ball's knocked over the near sideline and out of bounds. Some fresh Scotties into the game. Number 32, the senior captain, Matt Wilson. Number 11, 5'10 junior, Jake Stegenga. Number 44, Derek Kahn, the 6'5 junior, in as well. Remaining in the game are Matt Kreitz and Matt Fraschilla. Mozique the third kicked it out of double team pressure from the corner, and HP's defense forces another turnover. Demetrius Mozique the third scored 18 points in that game against Randall yesterday. Want to be sure we get that the third in. Spent some time talking with members of the Wichita Falls coaching staff before the game. They said Demetrius very particular about including the third when referencing him, so we'll certainly do that. Less than a minute left. Kreitz bullied. And Mozique the third forces the turnover. Scots have 22 points in the first quarter. This is their best offensive first of the season. HP's offense starting to find a rhythm the last few games. Mozique rises in front of double team pressure, and he hits his 4th triple of the first quarter. He's got 12 points. He's the leading scorer in the game and pulls Wichita Falls to within 4. And then he does it at the defensive end, but the junior Jake Stegenga will kick it out to Kreitz. Quick ball movement. Fraschilla's post-entry pass was deflected by Mozique III and intercepted. 20 seconds left for Wichita Falls. See if they want to hold for the final shot. Trailing Highland Park by 4, 22-18. It's Deshaun Young. Over for Brown. Brown takes it underneath. He's blocked off by Wilson. Corner 3 ball is short. And there's a pushing foul down low against Wichita Falls. That'll be the 15th foul against Wichita Falls, just one against the Scots. And with 4.2 seconds left, the Scots will have some time to bring the ball up, get it into Stiganga, and then Stiganga loses the handle, so the Scots give it right back. That was the third foul against Tariq Shivers. HP by 4. As Wichita Falls gets set to inbound for what we expect will be the final play of the first quarter. Inbounded to Brown. Brown will throw up the three at the buzzer, nearly banked it in. But we go to the second quarter of play with the Highland Park Scots in the second of their 3 preliminary round games in the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic, leading the Wichita Falls Coyotes 22-18. At Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. 22-18 Scotties over Coyotes after one. Brian Sutcliffe here with our normal great crew. We've got Kelly Snowden here, Drew Allman, William Lacey, Connor Palacios, Chris Ginsberg. The gang's all here, and Brooke Burnett. We're here so you can watch at home. And the Scots will lead by 4 after one. Leading scorer for the Scotties in the game is Chase Fletcher with 9 first quarter points. Matthew Kreitz has 4, Will Miller with 5, and Clayton Murtha with 4 points. Burke Burnett Bulldogs won a thriller over Randall in the game before this one. A little early morning action here at Burke Burnett. They took down the Raiders 60-57. As we'll recap the round 1 scores from yesterday, it was Highland Park over Plainview 52-32. So it was Highland Park going 1-0 in tournament play. White House whipped Burke Burnett, something that's not very easy to do anywhere, not to mention on the Bulldogs' home floor, as White House took down the Dogs 86-66, and then it was Randall in miraculous half-court buzzer-beating fashion, taking down Wichita Falls 65-64. So you've got Burke Burnett, who's now 1-1 after taking down Randall, who falls to 1-1. You've got the 1-0 Scots against the 0-1 Wichita Falls Coyotes playing now, and then it will be 1-0 White House against 0-1 Plainview. So the second game featured teams that, in every matchup, you got a 1-0 team against an 0-1 team. So we really won't know anything for sure after the second round of games. As Ben Livingston tees up the 3 ball, can't hit it. Number 13, the 6'1 senior, had 3 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist in the win against Plainview. He's out there with Kahn, who forces the nice steal. It's Kahn, Stiganga, Livingston, Matt Wilson, and Matt Kreitz on the floor. The lefty takes it up. He missed the shot. Then Derek Kahn stripped it away from a Coyote rebounder, and Matt Wilson puts it in. Wilson with his first pair. Had his best game of the year against McKinney on Tuesday. Rising from the free throw line and hitting is Michael Williams. Williams now with 4. Scots lead it by 4, just about a minute into the second. Here's Kahn, beautiful pass to Matt Wilson. It's a jump ball as Brandon Brown got his hand on top of the basketball. Possession arrow points to the Coyotes. 7:02 left first half. Scots leading Wichita Falls 24-20. Michael Williams kick it back out. The Scots really collapsing that defense down low. But Demetrius Mozique III has already hit 4 3-pointers, and Matt Wilson commits a foul from behind. It'll be the second foul against the Scots in the first half. First against Wilson. There's a kick ball. Wichita Falls will keep it. Good tournament here in Burke Burnett. You've got a pretty solid field. especially when Burke Burnett is playing. They get a really good turnout here. This is a 3A school, but a pretty large barn for a 3A program. Mozique, double team by Stiganga and Kreitz. He stepped on the sideline. Mozique clearly likes to shoot that corner three, and the Scotties have sniffed it out. A couple times earlier down the floor, Mozique rose and hit a three-pointer in the face of double team pressure, but he can't do it that time. Livingston looked like he had a shot. Instead, he'll kick it over to Kreitz. Michael Williams with some token pressure. Moves left. Mozique tries to pick up Kreitz off the switch. The lefty, Matt Wilson, takes a step inside the three-point line. Missed the shot. Demetrius Mozique III with the rebound. Swinging that elbow. Needs to be careful. Just about 2 minutes in. Nice little crossover there by Michael Penn. Williams will try the left side three. Might have gotten a bit of a twine. Way too short. Mozique looked like he traveled, no call. Williams will take it up with the right hand. Offensive foul. Jake Stiganga takes it down low. That's the first foul against Michael Williams. They're calling it the second foul. 5:51 left first half. Scots lead it by 4. Scots will play another game this afternoon and then one game tomorrow. Pretty baseline spin. Fletcher missed the shot. Fights with Mozique III, and Lucas McLean comes away. It's a 2-on-3 in transition. McLean will rise from 15 feet. The shot teases, and then Derek Kahn gets one of the easiest rebounds you can imagine. Fraschilla ahead to Fletcher. Fletcher goes to the right hand, uses the rim to shield the defender, and Fraschilla has another assist to Fletcher. Fletcher into double figures with 11, matches his output from the game yesterday. We've got a timeout on the floor as it looks like Michael Williams is a bit hobbled with 5:20 left in the first half. The Scots have a 6-point lead, 26-20. There'll be one more game this afternoon, a game tomorrow for the Scotties, and then they'll have a bit of a break, playing a lot of basketball lately. As we're here in December, you play a lot of holiday tournaments. That'll change a bit next year as the UIL has limited squads to playing just 2 tournaments. So we'll see if in future years the Scots still make this trip. Something they've always enjoyed doing. It's a great way to get the guys out on the road, get them on the bus. You build a lot of camaraderie and teamwork as Lucas McLean hits. He was fouled and will have an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play as Chase Fletcher picks up his first foul. It's the first free throw attempted by Wichita Falls in the game. They trail the Scots by 4, 26-22. McLean makes it a 3-point trip. The Scots lead is 3. Here's Fraschilla over to Miller. Miller lost the handle. Looked like he wanted to rise there for that straight-on foul line jumper. Stiganga, no look. I wonder where he learned that. Chase Fletcher with 13 points off the pretty dish from Jake Stiganga. Mozique III escapes from that double. That's a good play there by Lucas McLean to find some space down low. McLean's got 5 points. And quickly off the steal, Brandon Brown gets into the act. He's got 4 points, and the Scots lead is just 1. No look to Kahn. Floats the right-hander. Missed it, got his own rebound, gets the second miss, and finally puts it in. Pace of the game picking up a bit. Scots by 3. 4:11 left first half. McLean strokes the long 2 and hits. Lucas McLean getting hot. He's got 7 points in the second quarter. The Scots lead is 1, 30-29. Over halfway into the second quarter is Fraschilla. He'll rise from the baseline. Missed it to the right a little bit. Tough rebound, Michael Penn. The Scotties have led most of the way here after an early surge from Wichita Falls. But the Coyotes have a chance to take the lead. No, sir. Chase Fletcher draws the charge. Fouls against Michael Williams. gave that foul to Lucas McLean. A little bit slow updating the scoreboard here. So the Scots with a 1-point lead. They've had the better of play most of the way, but they only lead by one. Fraschilla to Fletcher. A little bit too hefty. Got trapped under the goal a bit. Deshaun Young with the rebound. And once again, Wichita Falls will attempt to take the lead, and they do. Michael Penn with 4, and with 3:21 left in the first half, Wichita Falls has regained the advantage over the Highland Park Scots, 31-30. Friday, February 1st, it's HP Basketball's annual Hoops and Hot Sauce dinner and auction. For more information on tickets, underwriting, and auction donations, email hoopsandhotsauce@gmail.com. I want to thank Texas Capital Bank for their sponsorship of HP Scots varsity basketball. The Scotties in a literal dogfight here with the Coyotes of Wichita Falls, 31-30. The Coyotes with the lead. Chase Fletcher with 13 points in the first half. Matt Fraschilla has been dishing out the assists right and left in this one. He's on his way to Harvard. Congratulations to Matt and the Fraschilla family for that big announcement that was made on Tuesday. As David Peeler and the guys huddle him up, looking to regain the momentum in this one. It's a bit back and forth. Wichita Falls came out, stroking it from outside pretty quick. Scots took control, but now Wichita Falls having the better of the play the last few minutes. And they've regained the lead 31-30 with 3:21 left in the first half. My name's Brian Sutcliffe. So glad you've joined us for matinee basketball here. Fraschilla, Fletcher, Miller, Stagenga, and Kahn on the floor for David Peeler's Highland Park Scots. In his 7th season, HP trying to claim their 2nd tournament championship as HP turns it over. They won this tournament in 2007. They defeated Wichita Falls in that tournament 68-51, then played the Coyotes the next year and won 63-46. So this one has been a tougher contest than these squads have played in previous years. As Fraschilla with the steal, the Scotties will bring it into the front court. Stagenga is closed up by Marco Maldonado. Kahn will try to hit the three. High rebound, pulled in, offensive board. Chase Fletcher goes in between two Coyotes, scores it, and the bang! Fletcher with 15 points. He was fouled by Mozique III. His 2nd foul, make it his 3rd. Scoreboard operator's confusing me. That's the 1st foul on Mozique. Fletcher missed it. Scots are 3 for 6 from the line, but they've regained the lead 32-31. McLean, left wing 3. No, sir. Easy board, Will Miller. Scoop to Fraschilla. Fraschilla straight up the center of the court. 2:20 left, first half. Scots by 1, 32-30. Nice pass, 6'7" to 6'5". Murtha using every bit of that space. Trey Garrison, number 5 in the game for the first time. Got his first touch there a second ago. There's Fraschilla. Nice pass to Fletcher, but Fletcher left it a little bit short. Under 2 minutes left, first half. Scotties by 1, 32-31. There's Penn. Tough on-the-ball defense by Fraschilla. Penn, bullet pass inside. Down to McLean and 1. Lucas McLean has 9 points in the 2nd quarter. The leading scorer in the game is Chase Fletcher. He has 15. Wichita Falls goes back up by 1, 33-32 with 1:46 left. McLean hits it. He's into double figures. 2 for 2 of the Coyotes. Fraschilla for 3. Not there. Tapped up. Will Miller keeps it alive. But finally, it's McLean coming away with it. Up ahead to Mozique III. Mozique III will lay it in. Mozique III with 14 first half points. A 4-point lead for Wichita Falls. Here's Fletcher. Fletcher forcing the issue. Stripped out. Chase was looking for a foul call. None was coming. Fraschilla will get the ball on the inbound. That Chase all alone in the corner, but instead, Clayton Murtha. The Scots have missed some chippies in this game. They trail by 4. They're getting the ball down low, but not capitalizing. There's McLean, open 3, got it. McLean with 13 points in the second quarter. And it's a 7-point Wichita Falls lead with less than a minute to go in the second. The Scots were seemingly in control of this game, but it's been a flurry of Lucas McLean scoring. Fraschilla gets the offensive rebound. Bullet pass down low to Fletcher. Throws it up for grabs, and Fraschilla able to come out with it. Will wisely slow it down with 35 seconds left. Scott's taking some body blows in the waning moments of the first half as Wichita Falls has opened up its largest lead, 39-32. Here's Garrison for Fletcher. Penn doing his best. Fletcher finds Will Miller for the pretty bucket. Miller with 7. There's 10 seconds left. The Scots down by 5. As Wichita Falls seems to have recovered nicely from that heartbreaker against Randall yesterday. 3 seconds left. There's Michael Penn. Gets the defender in the air, fires the 3 and leaves it short. But a good second quarter for the Wichita Falls Coyotes. They'll head to the halftime locker room, leading the Highland Park Scots 39-34. This is the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic. Scotties down by 5 at the half. We'll have the third quarter in a bit.
This presentation is brought to you by HPTV. If you or someone you know would like to sponsor this unique TV station, please email Mrs. Kelly Snowder at snowdeck@hpasd.org. And from all of us here at HPTV, we thank you for watching.
The Highland Park Scots led the Wichita Falls Coyotes after one 22-18, but they're outscored 21-12 in the second 8 minutes and head onto the floor for the third quarter, trailing the Wichita Falls Coyotes 39-34. I'm Brian Sutcliffe. Glad you've joined us as we move into the afternoon hours. A little lunchtime basketball. Chase Fletcher is the leading scorer for the Scots. He had 15 points in the first half. Matthew Kreitz had 4 first-half points. Will Miller with 7. Matt Wilson with 2 points. Derek Kahn with 2. And Clayton Murtha with 4. So Wichita Falls grabbing the momentum late in the second quarter on some big shooting from a pair of talented scorers. Lucas McLean had 13 points in the first half, all in the second quarter, while Demetrius Mozique III had 14 first-half points. It will be number 20, Will Miller, number 3, Matt Fraschilla, number 52, Clayton Murtha, number 2, Chase Fletcher, and number 10, Matthew Kreitz, getting things going as the Scots will move from right to left here in the second half. HP allowing their second most points in the first half. They gave up 41 to McKinney on Tuesday, and it's 39 here in the first 16 minutes for Wichita Falls as Chase Fletcher lost his footing and is called for a travel. Was looking for some help from the official as he was roughed up a bit on the floor. As the officials will clean the floor up. Here in the second of 3 preliminary round games for the Highland Park Scots in this 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic. The Scots defeated Plainview 52-32 last night. They'll take on Canyon Randall, who is 1-1 in the tournament, and who managed to defeat the Coyotes by 1 on a half-court prayer 3 at the buzzer in yesterday's action. Fraschilla nearly getting the steal, but here's McLean with the ball on the wing. Coming around from behind was Clayton Murtha to force that steal. Harvard-bound Matt Fraschilla into the front court finds Kreitz. Here comes Matt Kreitz. Chase being given that 3-point shot. He's 1 for 10 from beyond the arc this year. Hasn't attempted one in about 4 games. Kreitz rises from the elbow and hits. Kreitz now with 6. The Coyote lead is 3, 39-36, 45 seconds into the third. Michael Penn gets the handoff. Closed off on the baseline by Matt Fraschilla, who rips the ball out and out of bounds. Brandon Brown, Michael Penn, Lucas McLean. Lobbing it into Garen Nash, a 6'5 sophomore who had to leave with 2 early fouls, but the Scots come away with it. Here's Fraschilla. He'll take it coast to coast for 2. And then the Coyotes turn it over, so the Scots with an early 4-point surge, and after the turnover can take the lead with a bucket. Good energy for the Scotties coming out of the halftime locker room. Fraschilla, bullet pass to the right block for Fletcher. Tries to get the defender in the air. Nice recognition by Fletcher, knowing that Garen Nash had 2 fouls, wasn't going to attack too aggressively, and takes it right up strong. And then Murtha gets a block, but Michael Penn had already been fouled. Nice job by Murtha to help Penn off the floor. The Scots with a lead. They've scored the first 6 points of the third quarter as Matthew Kreitz just picked up his first team foul. Penn had 4 first-half points. Missed the first. That's the first miss from the free throw line for Wichita Falls in this game. The Scots were 3 for 6 from the line, 50%. Matches their 50%, 8 for 16 total against Plainview last night. Penn with his first point of the second half. He's got 5 for the game. We're tied at 40. Fraschilla doing a nice job running into the paint. Hitting the little runner. He's got 4 points here in the first minute and a half or so of the third quarter. And then Fraschilla down on the ground battling with Brandon Brown. It's a jump ball. Ball goes to the Coyotes. Scots trailed by 5 at halftime, 39-34. But they now lead it by 2, 42-40. Coming around from behind, Garen Nash did a nice job to collect that ball, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws. He was fouled by Matthew Kreitz. As the official talks things over with Matt to let him know where he went wrong. 2 team fouls quickly against the Scots, who lead it by 2. Garen Nash, who had 16 points and 12 rebounds, and has still not scored in this game. He had to sit most of the first half after picking up a couple of fouls in the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. Nash goes 1 for 2. Coyotes knock it out of bounds. The Scots on the baseline inbound with 6:02 left in the third. Scotties lead it by 1, 42-41. Murtha has his shot blocked by Nash. Comes out to Fletcher. Popped a little mid-range jumper. Nash with another block. This time it was Murtha. 3 blocks on the trip down the floor, but Will Miller will not be denied. He says, "You're not going to block this." Miller with 9 points. The Coyotes had 3 blocks on that possession. Nash to Mosique the third. But 14 points in the first half. Scots with a 3-point lead after trailing by 5 at halftime. Here's Nash, one-on-one, pulls up left elbow. Rebound taken by Matthew Kreitz. Fraschilla moves left, gets some space from Chase Fletcher, pulls up from the elbow, rimmed the basket, rebound Garen Nash. And Chase Fletcher looked like he slipped. He is down on the floor. Lucas McLean comes the other way, and they'll stop play. Looked like Chase might have hit his face on the floor. Chase is a warrior. He's going to stay in this game. foul was on Matt Fraschilla. Third team foul quickly against the Scots. We're not even 3 minutes into the third quarter. Lucas McLean is the leading scorer for Wichita Falls in the game with 15. He can tie the game, and he does. Wichita Falls 5 for 7 at the free throw line in the game. Free throws have been a struggle. Wichita Falls thought they'd forced a steal. We're tied at 44. Some significant ebbs and flows in this game. It's tied, but both teams have had nice runs of superior play. There's a foul against Wichita Falls on the double deuce. Marco Maldonado. Just the first foul against Wichita Falls in the second half. With 4:51 left in the third. Scots and Coyotes even at 44. Fraschilla to Miller. Catch and release on the two. Missed the shot. Garen Nash clears the board. Here's Maldonado. McLean battles with Will Miller. Now it's Nash, one-on-one. A battle of the big men. Here's McLean into the lane. Finds Maldonado. The little guy. 5'6", the senior, found space at the backside of the Scots defense. And back in front go the Coyotes, 46-44. But Will Miller missed the three. Would have given the Scots the lead. It comes all the way back out to Will. Will to the trailing Fletcher. The Scots will set up the offense. They'll try to tie or take the lead with the triple. Elbow jumper, Kreitz. High rebound, fought for. Taken by McLean, and there's a foul against Chase Fletcher on Lucas McLean. That's the fourth team foul against Highland Park. Second on Chase. Derek Kahn, Jake Stiganga, Matt Wilson will check in as Murtha Fletcher and Miller catch a breather. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Wichita Falls with the lead and the ball, 46-44. Penn. It looked like it was on the rim, but it was tapped in by Garen Nash. Nash now with 3 points, and Coach David Peeler wants a timeout. Wichita Falls led by 5 at halftime. The Scots surged ahead, but Wichita Falls has regained the advantage, 48-44 with 3:48 left. Wichita Falls desperate for a win if it wants to remain in contention for one of those 2 championship game slots. They fall to 0-2. That would pretty much knock them out of the running. A loss here by the Scots would mean that White House, even though they haven't played their second game, would be the only team left in the tournament that hadn't lost a game. They will take on Plainview in a game that I think White House will be significantly favored. The only teams in the tournament that the Scots do not play in their preliminary rotation are White House and Burke Burnett. So certainly from a perspective of preparation for district play, you'd probably like to face a team in the Saturday action that you hadn't already played. The way White House played in their opening win against Burke Burnett, they certainly look like a favorite to make it to the championship. Especially given that they don't have to play Highland Park. Kahn for 3. Off the back iron, Mozique the third with the rebound. So Wichita Falls continues to retain the momentum. Michael Penn loses the ball as Fraschilla takes it right away for him, going full extension. Kahn with a 1-on-3. He'll wait for the cavalry to arrive. Stiganga will move into the paint. Fraschilla to Kahn. Kahn, wide open 3. Bam! Kahn with the triple. The Scots didn't hit one against Plainview yesterday. They attempted only 4. That's the second three-pointer of the game in this one, as the other one belongs to Will Miller. Offensive foul. Looked like it was Stiganga again. It's on Michael Penn. his first foul, the team's first. 2:49 left in the third. Just when it seemed in this game that Wichita Falls was really going to start extending away from the Scots, Highland Park gets a good defensive stop, hits a big jumper. There's Frischilla, no look to the baseline for Kreitz. He'll rise. Can't hit the shot. And Garen Nash has been a significant factor on the inside since he's come back into the game. He missed most of the first half with 2 early fouls. McLean steps into a 3 and hits. 19 points for Lucas McLean, and it's a 4-point lead for Wichita Falls, 51-47. Kreitz, right-hand floater, no. Michael Penn, one of the shortest guys on the floor, gets a rebound. Penn on the wing, looking for the high-low, finds Nash. Nash, not there. That's a big miss. That would have put Wichita Falls up by 6. Scotty's come the other way. There's Kahn. He'll try to do it again. Bingo! Kahn with 8. Scots within 1, 51-50. 1:40 left. We're getting hot here in Burke Burnett. There's Deshaun Young, given some space by Derek Kahn. Kahn inviting Young to shoot that, then nearly forces the steal. Travel. Will Miller back in. Matt Wilson takes a seat. It's Frischilla, Stagenga, Miller, Kreitz, and Kahn. Some dead-eye shooting from Derek Kahn's kept the Scots in this one in the third quarter. They fell behind by 4, but Kahn's second triple of the third quarter has pulled HP to within 1. There's Frischilla, no look. Can he hit his third? You betcha! Kahn with 11, just like that. Only scored 2 yesterday against Plainview. He's back into double figures, which has been the norm for him. McLean out to Brown. Brown with a ball fake. Takes it in among the trees and scores it off the glass. That's a tough move by Brandon Brown. He's got 6 and we're tied at 53. Goes behind the back. Long 2. Miller good. The Scots locking it in from outside. Miller into double figures. He has 11. The Scots lead by 2, 55-53. Wichita Falls content to hold for the final shot of the quarter. HP trailed at the half, 39-34. They now have a 55-53 lead. They've allowed only 14 points after giving up 21 in the second and 18 in the first. With 10 seconds, can the Scots hold the lead into the fourth? Wichita Falls will get it going. Brown, over. 3 ball is good. Deshaun Young with his first points of the game. Shot is missed at the buzzer. And we go to the fourth with Wichita Falls leading the Highland Park Scots 56-55. At Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. We've got a great one here from the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic, the second of 3 preliminary round games, and the Scotties trail by 1 after 3 against the Wichita Falls Coyotes, 56-55. The Scots scored 21 points in that third quarter. The 22 they threw up in the first was their best offensive first quarter of the season. 16 points for Wichita Falls in that third period. Excuse me, make it 17. My Aggie math. Crunch time for both of these teams as the Scots want to win their first Bulldog Classic since 2007. They advanced to the final last season where they were defeated handily by a very good 5A squad from Richland, who was ranked in the state's top 20 among 5A squads all season long. It'll be Fraschilla, Miller, Kreitz, Kahn, and Ben Livingston, number 13, getting things going here for the Scotties. We haven't seen Chase Fletcher in a while. And one! Matthew Kreitz gives the Scots the lead, 57-56. HP at the line in this game, 3 for 6. This is their first free throw attempted in the second half. Left it a little short. It's 57-56, Scots with a 1-point lead. There's Michael Penn. McLean will shoot that from right there. Instead, he'll go baseline, battles with Miller, creates some space and hits it. With the fist pump, Lucas McLean has 21. Back in front go the Coyotes, 58-57. Chase is on the bench. Nice high-low to Miller. Scott's in front. Beautiful pass from Fraschilla. There's Brown. They'll pull it out. A minute into the fourth. Scots lead at 59-58. Brandon Brown faked the three. Penetrates. Very deliberate offense this time down the floor for the Coyotes. The ball's on the floor. The Scots have it. Fraschilla from the ground. Ahead to Kreitz. He's fouled. You could pick one of two Coyotes as the guilty party on that one, but it looks like it'll be Brandon Brown. Michael Penn still down on the floor for Wichita Falls. Good to see him getting up. He's played a good game in this one. First foul against Brown, just the second against Wichita Falls, and Matt Kreitz with 8 points in the game will look to make it 9 from the free throw line, if not 10. This is the first. Free throw shooting continues to be a struggle for the Scots. That's been the problem for Wichita Falls the last couple of games. They missed 7 free throws in the last 4 minutes of their loss to Randall yesterday. Matt Kreitz has 9. He's given the Scots a 2-point lead, 60-58. 4 for 9 on the Scots from the line. Maldonado takes it in, tried to find Garen Nash trailing, but it goes right to Matt Fraschilla. Fraschilla in transition, kicks it over to Kreitz. Kreitz for 2. Kreitz in the double figures, and the Scots lead it by 4, 62-58, with 6:24 left in the fourth. HP Basketball's annual Hoops and Hot Sauce Dinner and Auction is coming up Friday, February 1st. For more information on tickets, underwriting, and auction donations, email hoopsandhotsauce@gmail.com. I'm Brian Sutcliffe here with the gang from HP. We've got Kelly Snowden out here producing. Our director today is Drew Allman. William Lacey handling the graphics. Connor Palacios on the floor, and Chris Ginsberg on the high camera. Chris, I'm giving you the deuces here, brother. You can't even hear me, but you're waving. Everybody doing a great job coming up from HP. The Scotties leading by 4. They led by 4 after one, 22-18, but then were nipped 21-12 in the second quarter as Wichita Falls took a 39-34 advantage into the halftime locker room. Much more even third quarter as the Scots outscored the Coyotes 21-17, and they now have a 4-point lead, 62-58, hoping to take a 2-0 record into their game against Randall. This afternoon, that'll be a 4:30 tip. We'll have the broadcast starting about 4:25. Hope you'll join us. HP hoping to stay right in the thick of the running for one of those 2 championship berths. Wichita Falls needing a win to stay in contention for the championship. Had their hearts broken yesterday against Canyon Randall, 65-64 on a Logan Britton three-pointer flipped up from half court at the buzzer. They've played the Scots very tough in this one, but they trailed it by 4. They have the ball as the clock rolls with 6:20 left in the fourth. Derek Kahn is called for holding Garen Nash down low. That'll be the fifth foul against the Scots. Nash, tough offensive rebound, is tackled around the neck by Matt Kreitz. Got to be careful there. The official wisely getting in quickly. Didn't look like that was going to escalate into anything, but Kreitz picked up his third foul. That'll be the sixth against the Scotties. It'll be a baseline inbound. Coach David Peeler talking things over with the official here, trying to understand. He was talking about a prior call or missed call. Nash battles with Kahn. Tough move. Garen Nash. That's a Division I low post type move right there. Nash with 5. He had a double-double against Randall yesterday. It's a 2-point lead for the Scots, 62-60. Livingston, Fraschilla, Miller, Kreitz, and Kahn on the floor for David Peeler's Highland Park Scots, looking to move to 9-3 this season. There's Kreitz, who just picked up his third foul. But he's got 11 points in the game. He's just one off his season high. Kahn, can he hit his fourth? Missed it a little too strong. Kahn had 3 3-pointers in the third quarter that really got the Scots going. 5:25 left, fourth quarter, 62-60 Scots. Here's Maldonado. Battles with Livingston. Hands off to McLean, who just throws it up with the right hand, and he traveled. And Chase Fletcher has had a nice break after slamming his face down on the floor. Replaces Ben Livingston. Matt Fraschilla was the area's number 2 assist man last year. He's actually improved his assist per game average to nearly 8. Can he get another one here? Finds Fletcher down low, and Fletcher immediately into the game, and that Fraschilla to Fletcher connection works again. Chase has 19 points. He scored 9 in the first half. Or excuse me, he had 15 in the first half. He had 9 in the first quarter. Little floater finds the bottom for Brandon Brown. Scots keeping the Coyotes at bay, leading by 2 with the ball. This time it's Kreitz to Fletcher. Double clutch. Missed the shot. Battles hard with Mozique III. The Coyotes clear with a chance to tie or take the lead with a long distance. Lucas McLean nearly with an unforced turnover. Pump it in. Nash to McLean. Won't fall. There's a foul against Lucas McLean. Nice job by Will Miller to get position down low. Should be the second against Lucas McLean. Be the 15th foul. Maldonado leaves. Michael Penn checks back in. We've got Brown, Penn, Nash, Mozique III, and McLean. Lucas McLean has 21 points to lead all scorers, and Demetrius Mozique III has 14, but he had 12 of that in the first quarter. So he's been quiet since the first frame. Scots with 3:50 left have the ball in a 2-point lead. Skip it over to Miller. Miller for 3. Bam! Scots up by 5. Will Miller has 16 points. It's kicked, last touch by the Scots. Danger time for Wichita Falls. They trail it by 5, 67-62. All threes left on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter. 3:33 remaining. Mozique III. Tough on-the-ball defense by Matthew Kreitz. Mozique III throws up the left hand. It's not there. Garen Nash missed the tap-in. Garrett Kahn cleared the rebound. Urshela will move right. Finds Fletcher, giving lots of space out there on the perimeter. Kreitz throws up the right-hander, nearly banks it in. Offensive board. Chase Fletcher, he's fouled by Garen Nash. The Scots are 4 for 9 from the free throw line in this game, but they lead it by 5 with just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Third foul on Garen Nash, who did well to stay out of foul trouble after picking up 2 early on. Missed most of the first half, but has been a force at both ends in the second half as Fletcher misses the first of 2. Was shooting 52% coming into the tournament, but has struggled a bit here now through the better part of 2 games. It was 3 for 10 yesterday. 0 for 2 this time. Scott's now 4 for 11 at the line. And Will Miller doing his best to stay between Lucas McLean, who's having a terrific game with 21 points. And that puts the Wichita Falls Coyotes into the bonus. It'll be a 1-1 for Lucas McLean. Just the first foul against Will. 7 fouls against the Scots, 6 against Wichita Falls, so both teams shoot the penalty the rest of the way, but McLean missed first. Scots lead it by 5. 2:40 remaining. They trailed by 5 at halftime. They trailed by a point heading into the fourth. Scots hoping to win for the first time this year when trailing after 3 quarters. It's only happened twice before. Kahn to the trailing Kreitz. The Scots just ragging some clock. Jesuit and McKinney were the only teams that had led the Scots after 3 this season. Give it to Chase. Bowls over Nash. Offensive foul. We are under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Scots with a 5-point lead. Michael Penn in the corner. Works with Nash on the right side of the perimeter. Now it's Brandon Brown. Kick save and a beauty. Be a sideline inbound right in front of Wichita Falls coach Brandon Smith. Penn got some space. He'll take advantage. Missed the 3. Lucas McLean with an offensive rebound. Throws it up. The officials will talk things over. Looks like it's going to be a foul against the Scots. That's a push against Wichita Falls. Garen Nash's 4th. Saying he used his arm to clear out space down low. That's the 4th foul for Nash. He doesn't understand, and now he'll sit down. He's got 4 fouls. 1:42 left. Yeah, they're going to leave him in here. He's got 4 fouls, but it's crunch time for Wichita Falls. They trail by 5, and Nash is one of their best players. Doesn't make much sense sitting him at this point, but he'll talk with the official. It was a common foul, so it's the 7th against Wichita Falls, so Chase Fletcher goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Got the first one. Look of relief on his face as Chase has 20 points. He's getting close to his high water mark this year of 22. That was in the season opener against TCA Addison at Trinity Christian. 2 for 2. Fletcher has 21. The Scots lead by 7 with 1:42 left. Taken by Coach David Peeler. We'll remind you that at Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. The Scotties have had nice success in this 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic, leading 69-62 over a good Wichita Falls squad. Lost in heartbreaking fashion to Randall in their first game, 65-64 on a half-court heave at the buzzer, and have fought the Scots tooth and nail from start to finish in this one. It's been a very close game. Neither team is led by double digits. But the Scots hoping their final kick will be good enough to push into 2-0 in the tournament. 69-62 as Matthew Kreitz, Matt Fraschilla, Chase Fletcher, Derek Kahn, and Will Miller come onto the floor for the Scotties. Continue to grow as a team with each and every game. Early on, the defense was very stout, but HB had a hard time scoring the ball, but they're finding some rhythm offensively, as they've got 69 points in this game, which is tied for the high that they've scored all year when they beat Flower Mound 69-53. So with one more point, the Scots will have their best offensive performance of the year. Demetrius Mozique III into Nash. Nash got the defender in the air. Great low post defense by the Scots. Rebound Will Miller. And with 1:15 left, the Scots have just about got this one salted away. And Fraschilla will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. On the season, about an 82% free throw shooter. On his way to Harvard to play for Coach Tommy Amaker. Congratulations to Matt. Missed the front end, then gets the rebound. No look to Miller for two. Miller has 18. Scotties by 9, 71-62 with less than a minute left. HP is going to move to 2-0 in the tournament and push their win streak to 2. Chase Fletcher gets bowled over. Offensive foul. And Garen Nash just fouled out of the game. Chase Fletcher, after drawing the charge, does a little double duty by cleaning off the spot he was standing in before he got bowled over. A couple of great performances in this game for Wichita Falls. Lucas McLean in a losing effort with 21 points. He had 13 in the second quarter. Demetrius Mozique III with 14. But he hasn't scored in the second half, so the Scots have done a nice job bottling him up. As Plainview and White House look on, getting set to play the final of the second rotation games with 40 seconds left. Wichita Falls not fouling. Deshaun Young getting his hand on that ball. And there'll be another timeout. Thirty-second timeout. 71-62, the Scots with their most points scored in a game this year. HP will take on Canyon Randall at 4:30 this afternoon, playing for a spot in the championship. The Scotties can win one more. They'll clinch a spot in tomorrow's final. If HP is able to advance to the championship, that game would be at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. HP hoping to move one step further than a season ago when they lost to Richland in the championship game. Scots will line it up with 33.33 seconds left in the fourth, leading by 9. Into Fraschilla. Fraschilla stutter steps, skips it over to Kreitz. 20 seconds. And there's a foul against Brandon Brown. That'll give Chase an opportunity to shoot a couple of free throws. It's the double bonus. just under 20 seconds left. Second against Brandon Brown. The Scots will move to 9-3 this year. For Wichita Falls, they will drop to 4-6. And Fletcher has tied his season high in points with 22. Had 9 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second, 2 in the third, and now 6 in the fourth. A new season high for Chase Fletcher. He has 23. And the Scots are at 8 for 16 at the free throw line, which is where they ended the Plainview game. Long three is missed with 10 seconds left. Matthew Kreitz has it, and the Scots will rag it out. 73-62. The Scots end the game with their largest lead of the contest, and they move on to 2-0 in the tournament. They'll take on Canyon Randall at 4:30 this afternoon. Chase Fletcher with a new season high. He had 23 points. Matt Fraschilla had 4. Matthew Kreitz, he was just one off his season high. He had 11. Will Miller with 18 points. Matt Wilson with 2. Derek Kahn into double figures. He had 3 third-quarter three-pointers that really got the Scots going in this one. He finished with 11. Clayton Murtha with 4, all in the first quarter. So the Scots now 9-3, 2-0 in the tournament. Will take on Canyon Randall at 4:30. We'll have the broadcast starting at about 4:25, so be sure to check us out later this afternoon. I want to thank the parents of the Highland Park Scots varsity basketball team for making this broadcast possible, along with the good folks at Texas Capital Bank. Our tremendous crew, Kelly Snowden producing here on site, with Drew Allman twisting and tweaking the dials from the director's seat. William Lacey doing a great job on graphics. Connor Palacios risking life and limb on the floor cam. And then Chris Ginsberg up here on the high cam. Great job, guys. We'll do it 2 more times in this tournament, but it'll be a big one for the Scots as they take on Canyon Randall at 4:30 this afternoon. They'll play for a spot in tomorrow's championship game. We'll see you then. Until then, I'm Brian Sutcliffe. So long, everybody.
This presentation is brought to you by HPTV. If you or someone you know would like to sponsor this unique TV station, please email Mrs. Kelly Snowden at snowdeck@hpasd.org. And from all of us here at HPTV, we thank you for watching.